Hello and welcome to Yoga and Core. So let's get started. We will start in Sukhasana, the crossed legs, the easeful pose. Taking a moment to get yourself settled in there. Using those arms alongside, a little lengthening up. Getting lots of space between the vertebrae, space in the hip sockets. And then, if you're lifting with the arms, releasing with those arms. Let's let the hands rest on the knees. And we'll take a few deep breaths here. Settling into your body. Inhaling and exhaling. And then as you exhale, notice on the exhale that lower belly draws in and lifts a little bit. And see if you can engage with that gentle action in your core. Inhale, exhale, a little more drawing in, a little more lift through the top of the head. And then we'll reach the arms out wide to the side. And we'll take an inhale and exhale, breathing the arms up. Inhale and exhale, lifting up from the lower abdomen, up and out through the fingertips. And then same thing on the way down. Inhale and exhale, lifting as those hands come down, finding that subtle core. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale and exhale, lift. Inhale and exhale, lift. Twice more. Resist the temptation to do a little exhale, collapse as the arms come down. Still lift through the top of the head. Once more. And then we'll change the cross of the legs. And coming forward. Breathing into the back of the body. See if you can still feel that gentle lift from the lower abdomen. And then we're using that little lift through the core to stretch ourselves out and over just a little bit longer. And one more deep breath here. And then coming up, unfurling that spine. So really draw those abdominal muscles into the spine. Lengthen, lifting up through the top of the head. And then we'll turn to the side. So sit a little forward on your mat because you're going to roll back down onto your mat. And feet on the floor, knees to the ceiling, long through the top of the head. Let's bring the arms up. And we're going to roll ourselves slowly down, starting from the base of the spine. So a big inhale. Exhale, a little tuck there with the tailbone, making your way slowly down vertebrae by vertebrae. If you feel like you're about to crash to the floor, you can always put your hands on your legs or maybe on the floor, trying to come down one vertebrae at a time. And we land on the floor, continuing through the top of the head, a big lift of the arms up overhead. And then getting yourself situated on your mat there. I'm going to bring the legs right together. So really squeeze the knees together like you're holding a small ball or a block there between the knees. We'll just have the arms down alongside and taking a few breaths here. Inhale and exhale. So now gravity is helping to draw those lower abdominal muscles against the spine. And still try to find that little lift all the way through the top of the head here on the floor. Inhale and exhale. We're going to engage a little more strongly, a little more conscientiously with those abdominal muscles, almost a scoop there. Inhale, exhale, contract and lengthen through the top of the head. And then we'll add the arms. We'll just take the arms with a big inhale overhead, and then on the exhale, reaching through the fingertips, pressing those arms down. Let's do that twice more. Inhale long, exhale and flatten. Once more. And then we're going to add the hinge of the legs, hinging the legs up to a right angle with that. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge those legs up as the arms press down, really pressing down and flattening that belly button toward the floor. Inhale, arms overhead, toes touch down. Exhale, hinging up again. If you want, you can add the lift of the shoulders and upper body to that. Inhale, exhale, really pressing down into the floor. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhale, exhale, very deliberately, very consciously. Building the intensity from the inside, using your own breath. And then once more. And coming down, arms overhead. Let's slide those legs out to straight, pressing out through the heels, long and flat on the floor. Let's take a couple press downs with the arms here. Inhale, exhale, reaching through the fingertips, really flatten to the floor. Once more like that. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, and flatten. And then the next time we bring the arms down, we're going to draw the left leg into the chest. Inhale, exhale, bringing the left leg in. Pause a moment, giving it a little pull with the hands. So for those who've taken my Pilates class, we're going to be doing the usual. Take a few breaths here, long and flat against the floor. And then really pressing those abdominal muscles down, lift that right leg up, lift the head and the shoulders. So the lift of the head and the shoulders is always optional. And take a few breaths here. Inhale, exhale, belly button to the spine, to the floor. And then reaching the arms up toward the ceiling while we press down even more. And hands back onto that right leg, left leg. Well, whichever leg that is in. And we're going to circle the other leg 4 times. Reaching out, up, and around. Inhale and exhale. Only as big as your hip joint wants to go at this point. And once more around. And then we'll go the other direction, reaching long through the heel, inhale and exhale, circling that leg. And 2, and 3, once more, and 4. And then bringing the hands behind the head, fingers interlocked. And we'll bring that straight leg up. Inhale and exhale, pressing the belly down to lift the leg. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Once more. And then reaching that leg down, bringing the head down, extending the leg out. Taking a few breaths here. And then straightening the arms up overhead, reaching through the heels. Big inhale, exhale, bending the other leg in. Taking a few breaths long and flat against the floor here. And then we'll press down a little more to lift that straight leg up, to lift the head and the shoulders up. Reaching the arms up to the ceiling, pressing the abdominal muscles down even more. So don't let that work go as you bring the hands onto the leg, and we'll circle that other leg 4 times. Really press through the heel, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale twice more. And then going the other direction. Really pressing through the heel, making that leg longer with every circle. Once more. And then bringing those hands behind the head, pressing those abdominal muscles down to pull that straight leg up. And we'll do that 3 more times. Inhale and exhale. 3, 2, 1. And then bringing the leg down, bringing the head down, straightening the other leg. And then let's bend those knees again. So we'll make a little bit of space between the feet and between the legs, about hip distance apart. And we'll take a bridge pose. So arms are alongside, feeling those arms press down into the floor, like you just did an inhale and exhale, press down. Tuck that tailbone up, peeling up off the floor, vertebrae by vertebrae. And we'll hold here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling down. Try to press the sternum down between the shoulder blades, the middle back, the lower back, the pelvis. And let's do that again. Tucking that tailbone, rolling up. And holding every breath in action. Can you do a little lift through the core, drawing that gluteus maximus in and under as we breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling down. Reaching those heels or sitting bones toward the heels. And let's do that once more. Tucking the tailbone up. Inhale and exhale. A little wrap and lift from the gluteus maximus that travels right up through the core. And holding 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling down. And landing on the floor. And then let's bring those arms up and out wide to the side, hinging the legs up. So they can be bent knees here, or you can straighten them, and we'll do sideways leg lowers. So we'll lower the legs to one side and then back up. So let's lower those feet toward the left hand first, so that we're making a twist to the right. Inhale and exhale over, hovering just above the floor. Inhale and exhale, coming back to the center, other side. Inhale and exhale over. Inhale and exhale, really pull those abdominal muscles into the spine, anchoring yourself to the floor. 2 more sets. And once more each side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last time. And finishing in the center, letting those knees drop in toward the chest. And we'll take a few rolling like a ball, so rounding up, knees to the nose, nose to the knees, and rolling. So as you come down, really deliberately and conscientiously contract into the spine there. So you're making that rounded shape with the spine. And then we'll finish up to sitting. And we'll go to Baddha Konasana, the bound angle pose. Feet together, knees out to the side, holding on to those ankles, lengthening up through the top of the head. And we'll do the Martha Graham Pilates, which some of you know too. So we take a big lift through the top of the head and are going to contract back, really tucking the tailbone under, feeling like you're trying to scoop that tailbone up and forward, holding on to that with a little resistance to coming forward as we pull ourselves forward, and then still resisting, lengthening through the top of the head, coming back up to vertical, and then letting that go. So let's do that twice more. Inhale and exhale, contracting back, hold and deepen, and then making your way forward with some resistance there, keeping those muscles working. Lengthen through the top of the head, coming up, letting that go. Once more. Inhale and exhale. Deep breath, squeeze a little bit more. And then coming forward, lengthening through the top of the head and coming up and softening. And then we'll just come forward, pressing down and out with the elbows, whatever's a good stretch for you. And coming up to sitting once more. Let's interlock the fingers, giving those elbows a pull, and then feeling that subtle core, maybe not so subtle core working here. As we inhale and exhale, pressing up through the base of the hands, trying to be long and flat against the wall behind you, pressing those outer knees down. And we'll breathe here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release the hands, bringing those legs in and rolling up onto your feet so you can have those feet right together, or maybe hip distance apart. And then we will expand up into the forward bend. Pressing the heels down, coming up, letting those legs straighten as much as they're willing to at this point. Deep breath here. Then we're going to bring ourselves halfway up. So contracting into the abdominal muscles like you're going to roll up to standing, but don't come all the way up. Hold that, suspend, and letting it go, pouring back over and right out into the concave back, lengthening out through the front of the body. And folding over. Let's do that twice more. Contract, rounding part way up. Letting that go, pouring over. Extending out into the concave back. And folding over once more. Contract and lift. Releasing over. And out into the concave back. Folding over. And then we'll come all the way up to standing, rounding up or extending up, either one. Big lift up through the front of the body. And arms down. And feeling that core working here, a little extra drawing in and up. And we'll take a few breaths here into Tadasana. And then a big circle with the shoulders to interlock the fingers behind. Lengthening up the front of the body to lift the chest, to lift the chin. Coming forward, pressing out through the hands. Sending that breath pouring up through the arms, out the knuckles. And then release those hands. Concave back. So can you really feel the back muscles working here, lifting you part way up and releasing over. We're going to step back with the left leg, and this time I really do mean the left leg. So our right leg's in front. Take a moment, lengthening here, long from the top of the head out the heel. The core drawing up against the spine, maybe taking your hands off to see if you're really working through that core. And then we'll bring that left knee down and Jayasana, pressing the tailbone forward and then lifting up. So start with lifting up with the lower belly, then those back muscles come drawing you up. And we'll take a few breaths here. Inhale and exhale. And then let's take a circle with the arms, reaching out through the fingertips, lifting even more. And then as we draw the hands down to Namaste, really lift through the top of the head. And then stepping forward, straightening up that left leg, inhale and exhale, stepping back up to Uttanasana, the forward bend, into the concave back, folding over, and we'll step back with the right leg. Into the left low lunge. Pause a moment there, really straightening that right leg long through the top of the head, strong core. Maybe floating the fingertips up for a moment. And then in Jayasana, pressing the tailbone down. And as we come up, lifting from the lower belly, lifting from the back muscles, coming up. You make every breath engage that core just a little more. And then circling the arms. And Namaste in front, strong into the center. And then hands down, extend that right leg, stepping forward. Inhale and exhale. Back to the forward bend. Concave back, folding over. And let's come back up to standing, big lift up. Suspending in that front body yawn and diving back over. Concave back, folding over, and we'll make our way back to downward facing dog, either with a little jump or a big step. Downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. How is the core working here? So we can still be long and flat, but we're on a diagonal there through the top of the head to the tailbone. And then we'll lengthen forward to the plank. Lengthening out, and then instead of holding this plank with your arms, think about holding the plank with the core. Belly and ribs up against the spine. A little feeling of that tailbone tucking forward, long and flat against the ceiling. Every breath and action through the core as we breathe and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5. So if you need to, you can always set the knees down as well. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let's lower ourselves down to the floor, however it works for you. And we'll take a few small cobras, so getting the hands either under the shoulders or maybe a little further back. So think about using the back muscles, not the hands, as we lengthen through the top of the head to lift. And as you come down, long and flat against the floor. And twice more. So make sure you're drawing those abdominal muscles up against the spine as you lengthen out, not pressing down into the floor. You want to feel like you're pressing long and flat toward the ceiling rather than into the floor. And then we'll bring the arms forward and into the Sphinx, elbows under the shoulders. Bringing the legs together. And taking a few breaths here, wide across the collarbones. Inhale and exhale. So how is the core working here? So it's making a sling with the front body muscles, contracting the back core. A little tuck of the tailbone down toward the floor. And then we'll do the single leg kick. So we're going to bend and extend our right leg. So taking a big inhale. On the exhale, reach through the foot, bend that right leg. And inhale, straighten it out. Exhale and bend. So really doing this with intensity twice more. So making it hard work is up to you. And then once more. And straighten that right leg, then we'll do the left leg. Inhale and exhale. 4 and 3. If this isn't a little bit challenging, you need to make it harder for yourself. 2. Press that tailbone to the floor a little more, maybe lift the upper back a little more. 1. And then both legs, double leg kick. Take 2 breaths here. We'll inhale and exhale to bend the legs. Take an inhale, expanding a little bit more. Exhale, straightening out those legs. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, expand. Exhale, drawing forward through the core as you reach back through the toes. Twice more. And coming down, letting the forehead rest on the hands for a moment. And then let's bring those arms out wide to the side, straight out from the shoulders, nose hovering just above the floor. And once again, feeling long and flat, but pressing up against the ceiling, not pushing the belly down into the floor. And then we're going to lift the upper body in both arms and the right leg. Inhale and exhale. Really try to keep that right leg straight. And then lengthening down, left side. Inhale and exhale, holding a breath. And coming down, 2 more sets. And left. And once more each side. And then we'll finish with that. And peeling yourself up off the floor. A couple of cats and cows. And coming back, sitting back into child's pose. And then let's make our way back up to downward facing dog. And breathing there, finding how that core is supporting your downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale, lengthen and flatten, strong in the center. And then we'll lift the right leg up, reaching long through that right heel. And a big inhale, hover plank, knee to the center. Think of really pulling forward, almost going into a cow back. And then I'm going to pull up with the abdominal muscles, come up on the left toe, squeezing up into a very rounded downward facing dog shape. And then lengthening that back out, pulling the knee forward, and contract, lift through the core. And once more, lengthening out and lifting up. And then stepping forward to the lunge. And we'll come up in the warrior one, grounding that left heel down, but taking your time, don't rush up. So come up a little bit, reach the arms out to the side, really feeling those abdominal muscles drawing up against the spine. And then using the back muscles, bringing yourself all the way up, scooping that tailbone down and forward. Inhaling and exhaling. And then let's take a circle front to the back here. So reaching out long, strong core, swooping the arms down and back, lifting with those back muscles as you come back up. And let's do that once more. Long reach out and lifting up. And then up and over into the elephant rider. Feet on the diagonal, pressing those knees back, a little tuck forward with the tailbone. Remember in that Martha Graham Pilates when we were sitting on the floor? And then bringing the hands up onto the legs. And we're going to do a little twisting in the shoulders, contracting in the core at the same time. So we'll dip that right shoulder down, twisting to the left. Inhale and exhale. So think of really making a kind of cow back action here. As we inhale through the center, really round and tuck the tailbone. Exhale to the other side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, round and contract, and exhale twice more. 2 more sets, that would be 4 times. And then we'll finish with that, releasing over, straightening those legs. You can keep the feet rotated out or turn them to parallel, whichever you like. And we'll take a few breaths here. And then we'll turn back toward our right lunge where we came from. And stepping back to downward facing dog. So you could go through a vinyasa here if you wanted, or maybe not. So staying where you are, I'm just going to turn around to the other side, so I'll come out facing you on the elephant rider. And then here we all are, downward facing dog. And let's lift our left leg up, reaching long through the heel. And then hover plank, pulling the knee forward, really lengthening forward and up, almost like you're doing a cow back there. And then really contract and lift, pulling up onto the right toes, squeezing that knee to the nose, lifting through the core. And lengthening back out to the long, flat hover plank. And lift. And doing that once more. Lengthening out. And lift. Stepping forward to the lunge on the left. And we'll make our way up in the warrior one. Taking your time though, grounding that right heel down. And then just coming part way up with the arms out to the side, really feeling that lift through the core, through the lower belly. Using the back muscles to continue up, lifting up the upper half of the body, a little down and forward with the tailbone, bringing the arms up. Breathe and lift through the core. And then let's take a circle with the arms, reaching forward though. Reaching out, strong core. Don't collapse over, reaching the arms back. Working that back core, drawing yourself back up. Let's do that once more. Long reach out. And bringing yourself up. And then to that elephant rider. Inhale and exhale. And then we'll do that same thing again with a little twisting and contracting. And dipping the shoulder down. And really contract a little tuck of the tailbone. And twisting to the other side. We'll do that, let's see, 3 more sets. the center. And then we'll straighten the legs. Taking a few breaths here in a wide leg forward bend. And then making our way back to the left lunge. Stepping back to downward facing dog. If you want to do some kind of vinyasa, go ahead. And we'll take 3 deep breaths here in downward facing dog. And coming down, sitting back in child's pose. And then coming up, unfurling that spine. And let's sit in Konasana, the angle pose, the straddle. And getting yourself settled in here, whatever way you need to, maybe coming forward, maybe over one leg or the other. Inhaling into the center, exhale, pouring out. And then coming back up. So finding the width of the legs that you can sit here on the floor. Don't force them to be too wide. Reaching long through the heels, pressing the backs of the legs down, and bringing your attention back to that breath and the core. Exhale, lift and flatten. So we're going to do Parvrita Janu Shirsasana, but focused on the core, going back and forth. So this is going to be a right-left challenge. I will try not to say things incorrectly. All right, so let's see. I'm going to mirror you, so let's start with a twist to the right. Inhale and exhale, so feeling that twist being drawn up through the base of the spine. Inhale and exhale, twist and lift. And then left hand onto the left leg. And we're going to reach out with the right arm coming up and over. Inhale and exhale. Feeling that tailbone through the top of the head. Strong core. Taking a breath to deepen here. And then a big inhale and exhale to lift up. Picking up that left hand as soon as you can to make it a little more challenging for the core. And we'll go to the other side. Twisting left. Inhale and exhale. Taking a breath here, hold and deepen a little. And then right hand onto the right leg behind you. Inhale and exhale, left arm comes up and over. So you can use more support from your right arm or less to make that core work a little harder. Take a deep breath, deepening here. And then as we come up, inhale and exhale, really feel that lift up through the core. So we're going to go back and forth doing that. We're going to do 3 sets and we'll take 4 breaths. So we will only hold in the side bending part for that extra breath. So we'll start here in the center. Big inhale and exhale to twist. Left hand, left leg. Inhale and exhale, coming over, holding deep in here. A little more length through the core, and then inhale and exhale to bring you back up. Inhale and exhale, twisting left. Right hand to right leg, inhale and exhale, up and over to the right. Breathe and deepen, a little more strength, a little more length, coming up. All right, 2 more sets. And twist, and over, and hold, and lift. Other side, and twist, and over, and hold, and lift. Once more each side. And 1, and 2, and lift, and 1, and 2, and lift. And then let's bring those legs in back to that Baddha Konasana. Coming forward. Inhale and exhale. Trying to relax the face and the jaw. Maybe bringing those feet a little bit more forward. Makes this a little bit more of an easeful stretch. And a little bit more of a long stretch. Inhaling and exhaling, letting go of any tension in the jaw, in the shoulders, the neck, anywhere. Now we're going for a much softer core, a much softer breath. And coming up. And then we'll bring those legs in, and we will make our way down for Shavasana. So I'm just going to do a short Shavasana here because we don't want to just be running this video here for 5 minutes doing nothing. So if you want to stay longer in Shavasana, just turn this off or pause the video now. And then we'll all make our way to Shavasana. Inhale and exhale. Maybe a couple breaths, a little more conscientious through the core, and then softening and letting go. Really feeling each breath without having to do each breath now. And then we'll take one more deep breath here. And stretch the arms up overhead. A little circling of the wrists and the ankles. Bending the knees. And rolling onto your side to make your way up to sitting. Sitting in any comfortable position with a long and spacious spine. Taking a few more moments, sitting quietly inside yourself. Namaste. Thank you for coming.